What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, yesterday on my live stream, we decided to go ahead and check out some Battlefield 1 again and record some clips for some future videos, so here you go. I gotta say, this game is hands down one of my favorite Battlefield games ever made. It's rough because the gunplay and also the gameplay mechanics definitely lean to a more random side, which makes it hard to take the game very serious. But just the vibes and the atmosphere alone of this game makes it a top 3 Battlefield game in my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, if you guys want to check out any of my live streams like these clips right here, go check out my Twitch channel. The link to all that stuff is down in the description. And also today is actually Old School Sunday, so we'll be playing every game from Call of Duty 2 up to Black Ops 2. So I hope to see you all there. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a massive day for us Battlefield fans because we have gained more proof that DICE are just a bunch of badasses. Now, as we all know already, especially if you've been watching me for a while, is that one of the biggest factors to the success of any game is how often the developers communicate with their fans. Nothing is worse than loving a game or franchise and being left in the dark for over half of the crucial gameplay decisions when clearly our voices are important as well. Some of the best additions in games are not from the developers, but from the community. And why is that? Because the community actually plays the game for fun, compared to the developers who play their game as a job. Now, I'm not saying they all do this, because a lot of the Battlefield devs love to play their own game. But when you're working 8+ hours a day, plus overtime during specific holidays like Christmas and stuff like that, on a single game, more than likely you will want an overall break from that title, you know? But the community, on the other hand, we purchased these games with the intentions of playing and loving the hell out of them. So, with our different mindsets, we can come up with some of the best additions for a game. Because we don't see Battlefield from a stressed development viewpoint. We see it from a fun leisure time viewpoint. So yes, communicating with the audience who plays your game on the daily is very crucial for the success of the title. Now, in the past, they did mention a few things that they're tweaking to improve the overall game, and I actually covered this in a video. A positive one, believe it or not. But the list was decently small, and even though they addressed a few major flaws of the game, after playing the beta, there were still a ton of more issues that needed to be addressed as well. Now, at the time, I decided not to panic, because I panicked in the past and made a few videos, and right after uploading, DICE would instantly address the community and make me look stupid as hell. But I gotta say, being patient is really paying off for me, because DICE has just released a massive blog post stating so many different problems that they're resolving. And as a Battlefield fan, when I look at this blog post, I can't help but smile and feel some hope building up for the future of this game. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and cover everything, because that would probably take close to an hour of your time. So what I will do is discuss some of the key points that I find extremely important, and then I'm going to leave a link to the blog in the description so you all can go ahead and look at it during your free time. First and foremost, the movement has been slightly adjusted so you can't B-hop as frequently. I'm okay with this, honestly. A couple of B-hops isn't bad, but when someone is literally spamming it 50 times in a gunfight, then it's weird and annoying. They also worked on entering and exiting vehicles, which was a horrible problem in the beta for me. I can't tell you how many times I died while trying to leave a helicopter and it froze me on the inside, so that's fantastic news as well. Also, DICE made sure to address the performance in the game, rightfully so, since it was horrifying in the beta. But they wanted to confirm that we did 100% play on an old build, and that daily they have been making improvements to the overall title, which I believe is true. If you have watched any of the recent trailers for this game, it looks 10 times better than what we played in the beta. So at this point, we just gotta trust the process. They also touched on their servers and explained that they are going to balance out how many bots are placed into the servers for the official release. And they just wanted to make it more enjoyable for new Battlefield players to get into the franchise, which is nice because I know how complicated it is to come into this franchise with no past experience at all. It's a nightmare, so to make it easier for newcomers, this is a step in the right direction here. But they also wanted to make it clear that for us veterans, we don't have to worry about bot servers 24/7. It was just an issue in the beta and will be resolved by launch. Thank God, man, because I will say, I've been in a lot of servers where over half of the players were bots, and it was kind of aggravating. They also discussed the overall servers themselves and why we kept getting put into high-ping lobbies. This was an issue that I ran into 24/7. Almost every single game I played on, the third or fourth day of the beta was like 100 to 200 ping, like back to back to back. I could not find any good ping lobbies. But once again, they explained that's all going to be fixed by launch. And also, thank God they're going to add a mini-map back into the game while you're looking around mid-battle. Not while you're dead and you're looking at the pregame. No, while you're running around and you're actually into action, you can finally pull up a minimap and check it out. Thank the gods, bro, because that was horrible in the beta. DICE also admitted that the ping system was busted during the beta. Now, this is something that we all came to a conclusion on. Anybody who tried to ping something new, that just didn't work correctly, but they also admitted to it. They said that it's problems with it. So do expect a more updated version that actually works for launch. Now, this is where all the information in this blog gets juicy. They actually acknowledge the specialists or the complaints about the specialists in this game. But sadly, for a huge chunk of the community, they're not going anywhere. They are here to stay. Now, I'm not angry about this because I love the specialists in this game and I enjoyed combining them with different gadgets and weapons to see what works best with what. But two complaints that I had are knowing who's on whose team and also knowing who has what gadgets. Now, DICE did mention in the blog that teams will have better visuals to confirm who's an enemy or a teammate, but obviously we won't know if this is going to be a good change or not until we get hands-on with the game. But the fact that they acknowledged it and made some minor changes is a great step in the right direction. And they also stated that players will now have different UI elements to know who has what gadgets, and also, to see who needs ammo or who needs meds, depending on what you personally are running on your class. This right here is fantastic news because playing as a medic a lot in the beta, I never knew who to heal. I mean, you can see your squad mates, that's probably the best shot that you get is seeing who needs health, but when it comes to your overall team and the rest of the players running around, it's really hard to indicate who needs ammunition, who needs, meds, who needs what. It's really impossible, so it's great to see that they're upgrading that as well. They also stated that they're lowering the healing time to force players to work with medics more often, which to me personally is amazing because I will admit, the health regen was super fast. Now, personally, I like that, but it definitely made medics useless. So now you'll regen slower and rely on medics more, like it should be in a Battlefield game. They also gave Maria's health pistol a much needed buff, allowing you to know if your shot is successfully connected or not, and also having a magnetic effect on teammates so you don't miss 50 shots and waste your pistol away, God, I can't tell you how many times I did that in the beta. Dumping 10 plus bullets and not connecting one of them, just to, leave myself with nothing left over for anybody else or even myself. But this is all fantastic news because I was worried Maria was going to get outshined by other specialists because, as I just said, her pistol was so weak. But now it seems she'll have an actual use on the battlefield. But I'm going to leave this blog off there. This page is filled with so much content and so many fixes that I would highly suggest you all checking out the link in the description for this blog post and see if some of the complaints you guys had popped up on there as well. But I must say, it feels so damn good to be able to give constructive feedback and actually have someone listen and fix the changes. I and so many other people have been trying to do this for years with the Call of Duty community, only to have them laugh at us and ignore everything we say. Then people wonder why we get so mad and rant so often. That's why. Because we genuinely care for the success of Call of Duty, but it gets to the point where we feel like we just have to scream at the top of our lungs to be heard. And honestly, that freaking sucks. It's just a breath of fresh air to be able to kick back, play a game I'm passionate about, tell the developers issues about their game I'm passionate about, and see the development studio not get butthurt and start crying because someone didn't like something in their game. Now, obviously the specialists are an exception, and they won't listen to the community on that, but it seems like they're doing everything in their power to polish off the remainder of the game, and that right there gains a lot of my respect. I know the Battlefield community out there is pissed the hell off with so many different things in this game. But seriously, DICE has literally listened to each and every one of our complaints. Good complaints, not just pointless stuff where you're saying, oh, your game's ass, your game sucks, the guns suck, the movement sucks. They don't listen to that stuff, but if you actually had constructive criticism, feedback that could really assist their game, they listened to it. They put out 2 different blog posts basically summing up every single complaint that I made in all of my videos, and a lot of other people made in their videos as well. Very obvious changes, and also changes that weren't so obvious at all, or bugs and glitches that weren't obvious at all, that they're able to come down, find, and tune to make sure they turned out good for the official release. And again, like I say in all my videos, I know there's going to be people in the comment section saying, oh, JB, you're getting hyped up for no reason. This game is going to be trash. It's going to release in an absolutely garbage state. But the fact of the matter here is that probably the majority of all the games that are releasing this year are going to release like absolute garbage. I think the best launch we're probably going to see is Halo Infinite, and even that game is going to have tons of bugs and glitches. But the point that I'm trying to make is that at least DICE is listening and changing actively to what the community is asking for, and also notifying us on what they do. Unlike other development teams, Call of Duty developers, who go ahead and do whatever they want, whatever they please. They put out a beta. They don't even listen to the feedback on the beta. Like, what's the point of even us trying the beta? And it feels so pointless for COD nowadays. I feel like I actually served a purpose when it comes to Battlefield 2042. I felt like when I went in and I tortured myself with that god-awful beta, with the horrible performance and horrible glitches, I feel like all of that pain and suffering paid off. Unlike in Vanguard, where I feel like nothing paid off. They didn't even mention nearly half of the changes that we begged them to do. But with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and end off the commentary there. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and a Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also want to catch me live stream some video games I do over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.